Kepsea you take at grade 6. What did you say? That grade 6 learners, 30%.
Grade 4 in public schools cannot read, comprehend at grade 3 level.
I don't even want to. That one is okay.
Now, grade 6 cannot read to understand the same text.
Thanks. Now, remember, grade 6 is where we take the first of the general comprehension exams. Yeah? Is the grade 6 is where we take one of those general in the Kepsea. If you are telling me that 30% of learners in grade 6 in public schools in Kenya today cannot read to comprehend, 2 of the major English exams, let's say English and comprehension, is about writing. You know, if you can't read, you can't write. And I'm not saying write ABC.
Yep.
I'm talking about putting together a composition. And you're going to be tested on it. So what are we delivering at the end? And this is today, now situation.
Yep.
What are we going to be delivering come December when 800,000 students sit that Kepsea? What are we going to be delivering?
You know what this means?
These are the things that blow my mind.
The report actually says, to answer what this then means at the end of the day, is that thousands of pupils are progressing through the education system.
Just getting down the hill.
Because, you know, in a nutshell, the idea was get as many students into a class.
Yeah.
We're thinking quantity, not quality. Now, in this case, as thousands are progressing through the education system, they're not acquiring the foundational literacy skills necessary for learning in junior school, senior school, and even adulthood. So you'll end up having someone getting then into a senior school. The report actually links poor reading skills to gaps in early childhood education. So what we're doing, we have already messed up.
At the foundation.
At the foundation. And you can never recover that. You never.
Can't.
You know, you'd rather start well. Then at the middle, somewhere there in the middle, you can even say, for argument's sake, let's allow a little mess. But there is a point of recovery. Now, when you mess this whole thing up from the foundation, there is no fallback plan. But the time this student is getting to Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4, they cannot have a coherent conversation because it's not even an age factor. It's because the thing was messed at the foundation.
Dennis, in this same cesspool, we have ghost schools. We have ghost students. We have teachers who've been fighting for some kind of recognition. They said, okay, fine, we'll take a non-monetary agreement. They came now later, 2025, they've given them some monetary boost. They said, okay, maybe we can't pay for exams, maybe we will. Maybe free education does not exist. We are still talking about education. In this same education, we have children then who are molested by teachers. We have all of this happening, and this education is supposed to deliver the next generation of people.
I'm telling you, we are going to pay for what we're doing to this generation. We're going to pay. We can't escape this. The ripple effect will be felt not even too long from now.
My goodness.
That's what's happening.
So Barry Bethwell is asking who takes care of pre-primary. So ECD, which is Early Childhood Development Education, ECDE, is actually taken care of by the counties.
Yes.
So that's a county government function. You were asking that question. Are they remunerated? Yes, they are, and they're paid by the county.
Yes.
Just in case you were wondering. So yes, that happens at county level. But what are we talking about now? That even all this shouting we're doing up and down, wahala, up and down, you know what? You're delivering so that, you know what? At the end of grade, what we are saying now is that grade 6, public.
Mm-hmm.
For every 3 students that you count, 1 of them cannot read.
All right. And if they can read, they will not understand exactly what they're reading.
That they're reading.
Yeah. So,
tell us that story.
We move on?
I beg. Yes.
Are you ready for this?
Let me arrange myself very well.
You need to have water or tea there.
I have my lime. Okay.
I was going through this story, and this will shock you. Remember, was it last week when you said Nancy Gadongo? We don't know how she sleeps at night.
Yeah.
Every week there is something. And when we talk about numbers, now listen to this. So Parliament has summoned PS Kipto over the e-citizen irregularities. So Parliament summoned Treasury Principal Secretary Chris Kipto over irregularities in the e-citizen platform after it emerged that money collected through it does not reach the Treasury accounts at the Central Bank of Kenya. So every time you go to e-citizen, you're using your services there. What is emerging? Your pesa haifiki kwa account in Central Bank of Kenya. Okay, okay, let me just go on. So the National Assembly's Public Accounts Committee yesterday trained its guns on the PS, even as it faulted the National Treasury for not implementing recommendations of the Watchdog Committee based on issues raised by the Auditor General. And these issues were not raised this year. This came during a session in which Solicitor General Shadrach Mose appeared but was unable to disclose how much the State Law Office collects in revenue through the e-citizen platform for services such as marriage licenses.
Atake.
Just marriage licenses, because there are so many services. We stick to marriage services.
Okay.
So Mose, who had appeared before the House team to respond to, these are audit queries for the 2022-2023 financial year. How many years ago? This is 2022-2023.
Those are 3 years ago.
These are queries he's answering now.
Okay.
So he said he did not have records from Treasury on how much is collected through the platform, e-citizen. And I quote, the e-citizen platform does not give us a report on how much the State Law Office collects for such services. Now, his response prompted committee chair and Butere MP Tindi Mwale to summon the PS over the same. And he says it's not only right that the principal secretary appears before this committee to shed more light on this matter that touches on other government departments. So it is not clear whether the money collected through the e-citizen platform ends up at the exchequer accounts, and we need clarity on this. Now, Rarieda MP Otienda Molo noted that the issue had earlier been flagged by the Office of the Auditor General in 2017.
Come on.
This is when these issues were being flagged. 2017. Recommendations were made. Years have gone. Nobody bothers with those recommendations. So he faulted Treasury for not acting on the same. Now, there are so many queries on this e-citizen platform, and we all want to do is to issue a special letter to the National Treasury to explain why it has not acted on those recommendations. Now, according to the Auditor General report, now let me come to what Nancy Gathongo has come up with. The 2022-2023 financial year, 116.83 billion was generated. You know me, I love numbers, eh?
Okay.
How much is that? 116.8 billion
Shillings
was generated from 15 out of 34 gazetted marriage centers.
Okay.
So
this
15,
is just marriage.
Yes, we're only talking about marriage.
Okay.
We'll go into other details later. So 15 out of 34 gazetted marriage centers, 116.8 billion.
Oh, wow.
However, the amount from 19 centers was not recorded.
Okay, wait.
It's not a laughing matter.
No, actually,
but
that's what I'm
it's
raging my face.
ridiculous.
No, was it not reported, not received? It could have been received, but they didn't report it.
No. Listen, Gathongo noted this was due to the failure by the State Law Office to prepare and submit marriage fees periodical reports at the county and assistant county commissioners' offices, which is in turn responsible for the lack of quarterly and consolidated reports on marriage fees as of June 30th, 2023. So, in the circumstances, the existence of effective internal controls that ensure all revenues are collected and reported on in a timely manner. You remember there's somebody paid to do this.
Yeah.
It's not that we're coming up with this. There's somebody who sits in an office whose job is to do these reports. So out of, I tried to do a quick math here to estimate how much you could have lost, because at the moment we don't know how much is missing. We only know 116 billion was generated from 15 out of 34 marriage centers. So let's find the average per center. So if we divide 115.83 billion by the 15 centers, we get an average of 7.7 or 7.8 to round it off billion per center. Now, if we are to estimate the average for the missing 19 centers, whose numbers now we don't know, it means then we take the 7.8 billion, we times 19 centers that are missing, which gives us how much money? 148 billion. So in this case, let's assume each center generated a similar amount as the 15 reported ones. On average, what is missing here? On average, 148 billion could be missing from these 19 centers.
Over the last 2 years.
Yes. And now we come back to, I told you there's a lot more. Now we come back to where this drama is. I did a little digging. So the government first introduced the Citizen 2014. Now we know that story.
Mm-hmm.
Now since then, it has expanded and it continues expanding as the main gateway for over 5,000 county and national government services. That's why today any service you need from government, go to eCitizen, all right? In 2023, the platform suffered a major cyber attack, which affected services for over a week.
Okay, let's call it that, sure.
Okay? But then by then, the then ICT Cabinet Secretary, Eliud Owalo, said there's no data that was lost to the hackers. Now, sometime in April this year, there was again another growing concern of the eCitizen platform carrying the risk of a shutdown if the developers decide we are packing our bags, we are leaving. Which raised the question, who owns this platform? So the government comes out and says, we actually own the platform. There are two concerns. First is access of control to data, because that's where you put your pictures, your passport details, ID details, marriage certificate details, everything you can think of is there. Now, contractual documents tabled before the National Assembly Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security revealed that despite repeated assurances from the senior government officials, the platform is not fully owned by the state. In April this year, government spokesperson Isaac Mwaura came out to clarify that the eCitizen ownership, stating that the state procures ICT services from various providers. Let me tell you who they are. So the government, remember, government led by President William Ruto said all state services to be paid via eCitizen,
Yes.
2023.
Yeah.
So the contract on May 25th, 2023, the contract for the provision of support and maintenance services for the eCitizen was signed to run for 3 years. So 3 companies are the ones that manage it. So company number 1, we have Webmaster Kenya Limited, PesaFlow Limited, and Olive Tree Media Limited. Now, Webmaster Kenya owns the software which operates the eCitizen platform. PesaFlow enables real-time settlements. This Olive Tree Media operates the SMS, USSD, whatever. If I tell you the amounts of money that were in that contract and what this then means, and I'll just give you one quote before we wrap this thing up.
Because we have 10 seconds.
Yes. In the event of termination, howsoever occurring, the suppliers shall be entitled to rescind, withdraw, or otherwise uninstall all their proprietary infrastructure and resources, including all technical infrastructure, whether software or otherwise. That's what the contract reads.
They will go with their thing.
They will, if they decide we're packing to go, everything goes. The agreement further indemnifies the developers against any claims arising from data loss, system downtime, or service disruption. We've not even touched how much money now the government pays
for this thing to even happen.
So when we talk about Nancy Gadongo raising these concerns, there's a lot of monkey business going on.
That is really going on.
Which still leads to NTSA has no control over its own portal. Says the same auditor general, Nancy Gadongo. NTSA procured a portal at a cost of 186 million. That's the money they paid to get that system. But they have no control
over it.
What
are we doing? That has to be the question, even as we get to the top of the hour. My goodness, it continues after this.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your